In my last 10 years working as a financial planner, the transition to retirement strategy was my favorite retirement planning strategy. It's widely applicable, highly effective in creating significant benefits, and super versatile to be used for various planning purposes. For many pre-retirees, it just doesn't make sense not to use it. What's better, from 1st of July 2024, this strategy is getting drastically simpler. In this video, I'm going to explain how the latest transition to retirement strategy works and provide 3 examples demonstrating how different goals can be achieved with this strategy. By the end of this video, you'll no doubt pick up a few new techniques to apply to your own retirement planning. Before we jump into the deep end, you'll need to understand the concept of superannuation condition of release. Getting this right will set a solid foundation for understanding when to use a TTR strategy and when to opt for something even better. Condition of release just means criteria you need to meet in order to access your super. We have the special circumstances condition of release. For most people, this won't be relevant, so we are not getting into those in this video. Then we have the normal retirement-related condition of release. More specifically, the full condition of release and the partial condition of release. Or you can think of them as unrestricted and restricted. Full or unrestricted means there is no cap on how much you can access your super. You can use all of it if you choose to. Partial or restricted means there is a cap to what you can draw. You cannot get everything out just yet. The full or unrestricted condition of release unlocks the ultimate tax concession and planning strategies. It covers 3 scenarios. Be on or after the age of 65. This is regardless of whether you continue to work or not. Or cease the employment arrangement on or after the age of 60. Or have reached your preservation age and retire. The transition to retirement strategy is born out of this second category of partial or restricted condition of release. Essentially, if you're over the preservation age, still working, and don't already meet one of the 3 criteria in the first category, you can still access your super, but with a 10% limit each financial year. Remember at the beginning of this video, I said the TTR strategy is getting drastically simpler? This is because the concept of the preservation age is officially obsolete from 1st of July 2024. You see, everyone who has not yet reached the preservation age will now have a preservation age of 60. And everyone who has reached the preservation age is already over 60. So all of those complexities of using the TTR strategy when under 60 are no longer relevant. Turning 60 is now the watershed moment. How does a TTR strategy work exactly? You use part or all of your super accumulation account to start a TTR pension. Once it's started, you must draw a pension between 4% and 10% of your TTR pension account balance each financial year. This pension income is tax-free. The concept of it is incredibly simple, but the effective application of it is nothing short of remarkable. Meet John, 62 years old, who wants to transition from full-time work to part-time work. Anne, 60 years old, has no intention of slowing down but eager to minimize her tax. Dennis, 63 years old, with a super balance of over 500,000, disappointed that he is unable to use the carry-forward super contribution rule to reduce a potentially large capital gains tax. Each of them has a different priority, yet the situation can all be significantly enhanced by the transition to retirement strategy. You see, John's full-time salary is $50,000 per annum. Out of that, he pays $6,538 in personal income tax, taking home $43,462. He would like to transition to retirement by working 3 days a week, so his salary will be reduced to $30,000. With a lower salary, he pays a reduced personal income tax of $1,588, resulting in a take-home pay of $28,412. However, John needs every cent of his full-time salary to live on. Working 3 days will leave him an income gap of $15,050. Well, thanks to years of hard work and diligent management, John has a healthy super balance. He uses $300,000 of his super accumulation account to start a TTR pension and draws the $15,050 he needed as a tax-free pension. John is able to reduce his work hour, have the same take-home pay to maintain his lifestyle, and reduce his personal income tax from $6,538 to $1,588, achieving a total tax savings of $4,950. Isn't that great? But wait, John can actually do even better. Working 3 days a week, John earns $30,000 per annum. He can salary sacrifice $7,425 to his super, reducing his taxable income to the effective tax-free threshold of $22,575. As a result, he pays zero personal income tax. But now John has a larger income gap of $20,887, which can be filled by drawing a larger tax-free TTR pension. John is still able to reduce the work hour and have the same take-home pay, but he is saving even more tax. You see, John is able to completely eliminate his personal income tax, cutting it from $6,538 to zero. With the salary sacrifice attracting 15% contribution tax, he still achieves a total tax saving of $5,424. If you like this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. As we get into more interesting examples, I want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Your circumstances are most likely more complex, so please make sure you do thorough research or consult a professional before taking any actions. Anne loves her job and does not see herself slowing down anytime soon. However, she is starting to get annoyed at how much tax she is paying compared to her peers. She works full-time, earning a salary of $100,000 per annum. After paying $22,788 in personal income tax, her take-home pay is $77,212. She calculated that she only needs $60,000 to maintain her lifestyle. Anne has made various amounts of salary sacrifice in the past, but now that she is 60, she wonders how much further she can go in reducing her tax. For Anne to achieve after-tax income of $60,000 per annum, the most optimal approach is to take home a salary equivalent to the effective tax-free threshold of $22,575 and receive the remaining $37,425 from a tax-free TTR pension. This setup ensures zero personal income tax. To achieve this, Anne needs to make a large concessional contribution of $77,425, having enough super to support a pension payment of $37,425. This optimal position is just a starting point. Whether it needs to be adjusted depends on Anne's circumstances. It's time for her to take stock of her situation. The first question is, can she make a concessional contribution that large to reduce her taxable income? You see, Anne's total super balance on 30th of June 2024 is less than $500,000. Anne's unused concessional contribution cap from FY20 to FY24 is $56,500. Anne estimates her SG contribution for FY25 to be $11,500, leaving her with $18,500 gap for the current financial year. In FY25, Anne can use the carry-forward super contribution rule to make a concessional contribution up to $75,000. While this isn't enough to reduce her income to the effective tax-free threshold, it will still help significantly. With a taxable income of $25,000, Anne only needs to pay a personal income tax of $388, taking home $24,612. To receive a $60,000 net income, Anne will need to draw a TTR pension of $35,388. The next question is whether Anne's super balance can support this level of TTR pension payment. The TDR pension must be between 4% and 10% of the TDR pension account balance. Therefore, as long as Anne uses no less than $353,880 to start the TDR pension, she can meet this requirement. What if Anne has less than $353,880 available to start the TDR pension? Say she can only use $300,000. This means the maximum TDR pension she can draw is $30,000. She will then need an after-tax salary of $30,000 to meet her $60,000 income goal. To earn an after-tax salary of $30,000, she will need a pre-tax salary of $32,146. Consequently, she will not use all of her available concessional contribution cap, but will instead salary sacrifice $67,854 to reduce her taxable income to $32,146. In all cases, she receives a net income of $60,000. By using a combination of TDR pension and concessional contributions, Anne is able to save a significant amount of tax, which in turn increasing her retirement savings. There's a lot to take in with all these rules, numbers, and calculations, isn't there? If you made it this far, type in super in the comments below. It will be our little signal. That way I'll know whether to dive deep into the numbers in future videos. Don't worry, the next example is a breeze, I promise. Dennis plans to sell his investment property in the next financial year, and the potential capital gains is a whopping $400,000. Dennis has a large unused concessional contribution cap amount from previous years, which would be handy to help reduce his capital gains tax. However, it looks like Dennis' super balance is likely to be just over $500,000 on 30th of June 2025, preventing him from using this strategy in FY 2026. What Dennis can do is starting a TTR pension and drawing allowable amount to shrink his total super balance on 30th of June 2025 to just under $500,000 so that he can use the carry forward super contribution strategy in FY 2026. Before you go, remember everything you just learned could backfire if not done correctly. Make sure you watch this video to avoid the very common and extremely costly mistakes when using the TTR strategy. Thanks for watching, see you over there.